Stop doing shit you don't like. I was reading a comment on Reddit about a player complaining about the cargo mechanic in Star Citizen. Basically, they were saying that loading and unloading crates into ships and warehouses would be maybe very cool the first time you do it, but mind-numbingly boring the rest of the time. And it got me thinking, why is this a problem for this guy? Why do people do shit they don't like? Stop it. Especially if you're in control of your time and money. This is Star Citizen. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. There are plenty of other jobs in the verse. You don't have to do this. Another thing, stop saying yes to every single thing that falls into your lap. Most of the times, especially in Star Citizen, bad tasks, projects, teammates that don't align with your values or, isn't what you want to do in the verse, they're more trouble than they are worth. You might convince yourself that the ends might justify the means, but for example, you might say to yourself that if you load and unload dozens of crates which you hate, you will get all the credits to do things that you really want to do. But life is too short for that. There is a vast expanse of universe for you to find things that you really want to do, that you really like. So stop doing shit you don't like. Don't do shit because other people do it. If others have a Facebook page, if others have a Twitter handle and their own personal website, don't feel like you need to have that to enjoy your time. Do those things if they provide value to you, but stop doing shit you don't like. In fact, if you already have a social media or, a Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and you don't like it, just quit it. You can thank me later. Just stop doing things you don't like. Now, most of us have to do stuff that we don't like. We may have to work a job we don't like to pay the rent, for example. But in Star Citizen, you can do whatever you want. It's why we back this game, so we can dream about being, the pirate smuggler, or we can dream about being the hotshot pilot in the fleet. So stop complaining about game mechanics that are unfinished and you don't need to play it. They are not meant for you if you don't like them. Perhaps only certain aspects of the game are for you, and that's totally fine. That's okay. You don't have to do everything. Now, what if you want to be a hauler, but you don't want to deal with the mechanics of loading and unloading your ship? Then you might say, well, I wanted to be a hauler, but now I cannot be because I don't like these mechanics. Well, stop thinking so black and white. It's not one or the other. Work so that you can actually make it work. Work so that you can have a choice as to how you work in the verse. For example, you can only haul expensive cargo where it's worth it to employ someone to load your ship. Or you can ally yourself with other orcs to work out some kind of deal where they work for you. Whatever you do, these constraints are what should fuel your creativity. It's all under your control, ultimately. You are responsible if your game time is miserable. Really, in a game this big, if you find yourself bored, that's on you, in my opinion. So don't be miserable. Stop doing shit you don't like. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Pur'N'Kleen podcast, and thanks especially to all of you who hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to help us keep tackling the business side of the verse, please leave a comment or visit us at pur'n'kleen.com.